Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah. Welcome to the Omniology Project.
What up?
William Waffle.
Roll them doobies nice and tight. Engage your hyperdrive.
Fuck this Bigfoot thingy is. You believe in aliens? What really does happen to your underpants and socks and thighs? Where's all those motherfucking people? UFOs. I mean, what's up with that? You think dogs can look up? What the hell's out there? I'm just trying to figure that stuff out.
Another week.
Another week.
Another one.
Another one.
This is a pretty interesting one, too. I was stoked when you hit me up about this. Because I had some... We did like an old episode about this, me and Joey Black, about the whole Admiral Byrd trip into,
Yeah.
Whoop, you know, it's
A little slippy dip in there.
little whoop. I mean, people know the title, so we can't... I always try to like allude to things. I'm always like, don't say anything.
Well, obviously, we're talking about something to do with our rock today.
Yeah, well, I mean, the title is Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
So they...
Well, yeah. But we're not looking at anything hollow.
No, right now we have...
Or would it be like this? We're not looking at anything hollow.
Yeah, we're not looking at anything hollow presented down there yet.
Yeah, no, today's episode is about Hollow Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I was cruising through Facebook and this thing popped up and it said, Flat Earth, fuck that. And I'm all like, okay. You know, that's an intriguing thing to see. Clickbait like a motherfucker, right? So I click on it. And immediately it's like, ooh, Hollow Earth. And going in all with accordance with the show, I don't really know anything about that.
Yeah.
So I got really geeked about it. So I'm like, cool. And I shoved that in my pocket and I sent it to Mikey. And I'm like, check it out. This is our episode.
Yeah. And I think that we should steal that guy's take. Because that's how I feel about it before you even said that, was everybody's talking about Flat Earth.
Right?
Flat Earth, blah, blah, blah. It's on a turtle's back.
Flat Earth Society, this and that. It's just popular news. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's the big meme. So everybody's like, yeah, Flat Earth, that's ridiculous, obviously.
Right.
But then there's a lot of people that are like, what if? And Tila Tequila was trying to drive to the ice wall and shit. So, Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth is old school memes.
Yeah, that's old school. That's intriguing. That's like, wait, what?
Like motherfuckers would sit down and do paintings of it.
And here's the cool thing, is that they said they only drilled like 8 miles down is the deepest that they've got.
Can we search that real fast? What's the deepest we have drilled into the earth?
Yeah, let's do that.
That should be a simple question for the internet to answer, right? Sex noises.
So 7.67 miles.
Well, holy fuck.
Or 12 kilometers if you're outside of America.
Okay, so how deep is the crust?
Let's see.
Because I know we've gone past the crust.
The distance to the center of the Earth is almost 4,000 miles.
Ooh,
so
my.
The crust is 21 miles. So we got almost to the halfway point of the crust.
Not even.
Past a third.
Yeah, a third. We got a third of the way through the crust.
Yeah.
So that sets the stage and perspective for what we've actually been able to look at. So let's look at this.
Yeah, so our diagram, here's our crust, this small little thing that we've gotten 8 miles into. And this is all uncharted territory. We don't know what's in there. And if there are openings, as we'll get into, then, this is a whole world of possibilities inside of this thing. You get it? A whole world of possibilities.
I get it. You know what I'm noticing up here? If you go off the color code, you can't even see the crust.
Yeah.
The crust is just like the lining of what's going on. Then you have the upper mantle, the mantle, the outer core, and then the core.
You're absolutely right.
So
we haven't. See this little thin line that you can't even see?
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten a third of the way into that line. Not even the orange stuff.
Okay. So that's a lot, man. That's fucking significant.
So obviously there's a lot of theories about the inside of this thing.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like old school theories at that, too. Not just like somebody who was like, oh no, there's a hole in the fucking earth and people live in there. No, like, let us delve into it.
Yeah. So, the first and most notable theory about flat Earth was from Edmund Halley. The guy who, he's the first one that could track a comet's trajectory or something like that.
Okay, yeah, we have Halley's Comet named
Comet.
after him. Yeah.
So, his whole theory was that the inside of the Earth was filled with rings that were floating and suspending and spinning around each other. Because his whole thing is that he would study the magnetic, how there was true north and then magnetic north.
Okay.
And it would make ships go off track and everything because compasses would change throughout.
Yeah, when you get to a certain point on the planet, the compass is going to act differently.
Yeah. And just, it seemed like at just sporadic times, the whole magnetic pole would change. So he thought that there was, the outside crust and then an inside ball and then an inner ball and then a tiny ball inside. And that there was hollow air in between them and that they were spinning, which would create the shifting of the magnetic pole.
Shifting of the magnetic poles. And
they were held in place by gravity just like Saturn's rings. And they wouldn't clash into each other.
So like inside rings.
Yeah, in inner rings.
And inner rings. Trippy.
Like shells almost, like a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah, but like quantumly moving?
Yeah, and shifting the magnetic
Interesting.
force. Which he kind of wasn't wrong.
Right.
From what I understand, this whole outer core is liquid, which is filled with a lot of iron and shit.
Yeah.
And that churning around is what shifts the magnetic poles.
That would make sense?
It makes fitty sense.
Shit.
So that's where the first theory comes from. Good old Edmund Halley.
And when did that come from? 1740?
Yeah.
Holy hell.
1740.
That's a long time ago, dude. Okay.
Well, actually, it was in the 1600s, right? Because the 17th century. And then it was disproved in 1740. He was Isaac Newton's homie. He worked with Newty.
Oh, man, he looked like a drunk. Look at his red face.
Yeah.
either that or he wore a real funny hat.
Well, he has a powdered wig on, so that's probably the powder on his forehead.
Ah.
Yeah.
To hide his drunkardness.
To hide the syphilis or whatever it is. But yeah, that's a drunken face for sure.
Dude, for real.
He looks like the guy on 90 Day Fiancé that got the chick from the Philippines and then they moved into the firehouse. Did you see that episode?
I think so, yeah.
And his homie Chris pays for everything.
Yeah.
And he's the penguin Batman ass looking motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah, that's who it looks like.
That's
him with
him.
the wig. Here, I gotta zoom in on this. Oh my god, that's him. Here, I gotta pull this up.
Pull it up.
I
did not bring any snacks today. I'm fairly disappointed in myself. I was like, I'm gonna shove some candy in my hole.
God, what's his fucking name though?
I don't know, dude. All I know is No Neck. I don't even know his name.
Okay, we gotta be able
90 Day Fiancé. Quick
Here
segue.
it is.
This comes back to our time traveling things. Oh my god.
Okay, now look. I'm gonna pop back.
Look at his eyeballs. Oh my god. And his nose and his lip. Oh my god.
Here, we got this. I'm gonna do a true side by side. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Oh no, it's not.
It's not gonna, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
Alright.
Okay, now we're just gonna go ahead and scan this over. We're going over here. We're bringing back up the guy with the thing.
Yeah, the guy with the thing.
Okay.
Where he at?
Where's he at? There he is.
There he is.
Now we're gonna go find this Edmund Halley guy. Boom.
That's... The lines in the face.
Same guy. Everything's the same. The eyebrows are the same. The bags under the eyes.
Oh, wow.
The same. That's him, dude.
That's him, dude. Just put a powdered wig on him, bro. Put a powdered wig on that guy, and there you go. Time traveler.
Yeah, time traveler.
That's why he's trying to buy a wife. That's what he knows.
I'm glad that we got that figured out.
Okay.
Let me try to get all these windows back up now.
But damn, there we are. All right. Back to
those little glimpse of things to come. People saw it.
Right? Oh no. Glimpsy Bamsy.
So there's been a lot of maps.
No, these are like old, man. Old maps.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, what is this? Of the Corsian system?
Trying to obscribe the Corsian system. The Corsian system has to be inside somewhere. Is what it is. Yeah, see, the Corsian system is an inside area. Corsian State Park?
Corsianity is a religious pseudoscientific belief put forth by Cyrus Teed, also known as Koresh.
Look at the Corsian State Park in Florida. Of all places. Is that how you get there? Is through Florida?
Maybe.
Corsianity, huh?
So is this... This makes me think of David Koresh. Isn't that like a thing?
Yeah. Is he a Koresian?
A Koreshian?
Did he... Dr. Ted's house? Look, Dr. Ted's house down there. It looks modest.
Dr. Teed. Dr. Teed.
I bet you Dr. Ted's like some white dude who moved to the South Americas. Oh, look, something got burnt down or somebody shot it with a cannon. It looks like something.
Mm-hmm. That happens. There's a plaque.
Yeah, shit happens, you know. But I mean, look at all these old-timey like maps of like what people would assume the world would look like within itself.
Now, this is another big thing reoccurring in the flat Earth, and that is Nazis.
Yeah, Nazis believed in flat Earth, or are we talking hollow Earth? Hollow Earth, yeah.
So I got it mixed up.
Yeah, see, it's all that pop culture you've been listening to, Mikey.
So
there we go. Look at Earth and its giant butthole. Holy shit! So, I'm sorry. I got an itchy ear. I gotta get at it. All right. So what I'm seeing essentially is somewhere. I can't tell which side of the Earth that is. Has a giant fucking hole in it. Now, is the reason we're not seeing it is because there's so much ice?
So,
and I'll tell you, it's going to be open here real soon.
I'm hearing that crackle again. You hear it? Or is it just coming in on me?
Oh, dicks. No, I'm hearing it.
So, yeah. So, we had some technical difficulties.
No, we did. It happens.
But we're back. We have the table mic is still on. These mics are now on. So sorry for any pain that you had listening to the beginning of this.
Apologies, but now we're sinky dinky and we're gonna light these blunts and get into the depths of our Earth.
Welcome to the Omniology Project, everybody. Welcome back. We're back. Light up and take this journey with us.
Hell yeah!
So, as I was saying, Nazis. The biggest thing, besides the Henry Anslinger or whatever, what's his face?
Henry Byrd.
Yeah.
Byrd Carl.
Oh, yeah. Besides
Carl Byrd.
Newton's homie.
Yeah.
We have Admiral Byrd.
Admiral Byrd, powder wig, and the Nazis.
Yeah.
Our three main... Yeah, it is what it is. It's where we're at.
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd, the Wig Man, and the Nazis.
Mm-hmm. And 90 Day Fiancé.
And well, he's time traveler, so it's the Wig Man.
Yeah, the Wigman.
The Wigman. We'll just call him Wigman.
Yeah, Wigman.
Okay, so Wigman's involved. The Nazis thought it was good.
Yeah, so the Nazis were like, hey, we're going to go to Antarctica because according to you know, this...
My apologies for the ding.
According to this flat Earth cycle... Yeah, turn your phone off, dude. Be a professional.
I know, damn.
You did at least.
My bad.
At least. I have my phone off. I pulled the battery out, and I pulled
I'm sorry, dog.
And I pulled the SIM card out.
Yeah, but I have kids, so like I at least got to get a buzz. I don't know if one of them fell in my dog pool or something. I don't know, dude.
I'm joking. I think my sound's on. Actually, I'm just hoping I don't get a text.
Yeah. See.
So
eat a dick.
So I mean, every
yeah, Earth's butthole. I just fucking silenced that. I swear to God.
Put it on silent, dude. Buzz it. Vibrate.
I swear to God. Which God?
Wait, was that my phone?
That was your fucking phone, dick.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Sure as hell wasn't my phone.
It wasn't my phone. It was your phone.
I turned the media all the way down. I didn't turn the phone.
Should have with my phone.
See? Your phone, dog. Back. Earth's asshole.
So every picture of Earth that we have from space,
sure as fuck don't have that in it.
Doesn't have that, but a lot of pictures that we have are photoshopped and doctored.
Yeah,
and you know there is satellite photos that don't. There's one satellite, the Japanese satellite, that captures the whole. Earth in one frame.
Okay.
Let's actually see if we can find that.
Oh, pardon me. That was. I don't know why I'm saying pardon me. I burped on my own thing and have to deal with it. So, it's not going to look like what we're used to looking at the planet Earth like, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because we look at planet Earth in this like oval shape, which is most certainly not its shape. It's a sphere, and when you cut a sphere open and flatten it out, has a very weird shape to it.
Yeah, it's a oblate spheroid is what the Earth actually is, to where it's more of a pear shape, where it's
a little pulled on the north and south pole.
Yeah,
slightly,
and it's a little bit bigger on the bottom than it is on the top.
Ah,
so it's got a little junk in the trunk.
A little junk in the trunk on this bitch.
So let's see, we could cycle through the last so many hours, I think.
So this is current. Camera, real time, yeah.
Yeah, real time. Jump to any time. Update to the latest. Okay, I want to jump to a different time, please. Oh, it is. There we go.
Okay. So they have something in the sky that just kind of like stays in one spot as the Earth turns around?
Yeah, it's a satellite that's far enough away to capture the whole Earth in one frame. Like within the frame.
Trippy.
And it's just doing it, dude. Just doing its thing.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So that's for people that say, oh, we don't have any live pictures or video of Earth. There it is. But where's the butthole, you know? Antarctica's on the bottom. I don't know if this is even the way that we're used to looking at Earth. Well, yeah, here's...
Nah, on like all the maps and everything, dude, Australia is way further away than that.
And Australia is what, upside down, right?
Yeah.
So this would be... So Antarctica would be somewhere over here.
Are we sure? Because Australia's not on the top of the Earth, bro.
Yeah, I know. So it'd be like...
See, we can't spin it, can we? Trippy.
But, let's see. My point is, maybe the hole's there, and...
It's just covered by ice?
And it's covered by ice.
It's an ice hole right now?
Or we haven't captured it on any of the satellites that we have, which seems a little fishy.
Well, wouldn't you like be like, hey, I'm an astronaut and I've been in Earth for I've been in sky for the last fucking 300 days, right? Mm-hmm. And I've been like studying the Earth and taking pictures of it and looking at it every single day. I'm going to use day, even though they're not on Earth, so days don't count. Mm-hmm. Smart like that. I've been looking at Earth every day, and they see every little aspect of it. Don't you think some astronaut would have been like, "There's an asshole on it."
There's an asshole. Yeah, and I mean, this is
holy hell. This is why. If I'm not gonna do an ad for them, but I fucking love Google Earth. If you've ever had the time to just go like dick around and check out Google Earth, wow, you can see the sky behind it even. That's trippy. You could see what the land looks like under the oceans as well. They have the topographical land of underwater on their maps. So yeah, see, this is Antarctica is one of the least known about places on planet Earth to human beings.
Yeah.
Like nobody lives there. Because it's like dick ass cold, right? Or it's not as cold as we think it is.
See, that's what there was this whole expedition that the Nazis did to Antarctica in like the 40s or 30s or something. And that spawned us doing our own expedition. And there was this guy, Admiral Byrd, who went and flew over this uncharted territory in Antarctica. And he reported back seeing, rivers, forests, meadows, animals, like all the shit that isn't there. It's all just ice.
Right.
And he reported seeing this whole kind of world that nobody knew existed, and then a hole in the ground, a butthole, if you will.
I use butthole because that's just kind of what it would represent, if you saw it. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't, a giant chasm in the earth wouldn't, I guess it could just be a hole, but a hole like that.
And that led him into the inner earth.
Agoria. Mm-hmm. Which is apparently the inside workings of planet Earth.
Agartha?
Agartia. Agarta. Agarta. Okay, and there's the central sun. Man-made tunnels are all over this. So these seem to be other entrances.
Yeah, there's one at the Pyramid of Giza. There's one
Kentucky Mammoth Cave.
Iguazu Falls in Brazil.
There's a couple in Brazil, it seems.
Yeah. And then Kentucky Mammoth Cave looks like a big entrance.
The city of Shambhala?
Shambhala. City of Shambhala. Cave city of semi-advanced race. Spaceship base to and from other galaxies.
And there's forests, apparently, and clouds.
And
an ocean.
Yeah. So inside the Earth, if you go, you got the outer crust, and then if you go in there on the inner wall of it, like you're on the inside of like a beach ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then there's a whole other ground in there, landscape. Gravity, I guess, works backwards or not at all, because it seems like there's a central sun and a ground in there. So why are there things just suspended in air, it seems like?
So why aren't there any are there day and nights?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean the sun's just always being there, right? So there's probably no night. And then if we look down here, we have small entrance in the ice, and we have a Rainbow City.
Yeah.
What's this Rainbow City about?
Yeah, right? And what's with this giant entrance on the top? Oh, so this is Admiral Byrd's flight in 1947.
Okay, and then we also have the saucer to Venus.
Mm-hmm. Which might have something to do with the Nazis were researching like flying saucers and magnetic flight propulsion and shit like that. So there was like a lot of sightings of like UFO style crafts in Antarctica.
All right.
Around the time.
All right.
So maybe that would have been blamed on some sort of advanced race coming out of here. But this map's really interesting because this is based off of, based off of his writings.
Yeah, it's not like some kid just started drawing this. I mean, if you look,
Yeah.
if you really look into this,
It's not like a Lord of the Rings thing. Like this
many
is
maps
claims
of this kind of thing drawn.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah, and there's like ancient style shit. Oh, there's swastikas. But that might not be a Nazi swastika.
Which way is it going? That's not.
So, here we go. A little inner world. We got dinosaurs in here.
Of Scartaris. The Dragon Sea. Sun, Southern Opening.
So Admiral Byrd was the first, credible person to say, hey, I went here, I saw this, I flew into this. He wrote it in his flight logs. He reported this back to his superiors. And he wasn't like an unstable guy. This was a highly decorated military dude. Didn't need the clout. He was already on the first expedition to Antarctica. Like, he's fine. He's fine with clout. So,
Forested Evnar, Isle of Titang.
But what I want to look into is our opening, the closest one to us.
Yeah, which would be the Kentucky
Mammoth Cave.
BP Sanders.
That's right. We dove down this whole Bernie Sanders rabbit hole.
We were trying to find out Bernie's middle name.
Yeah, to see if he was BP Sanders.
Yeah. I'm supposing his middle name is Paul, but...
Yeah. I think his middle name is President. Bernie President. Like, you know how there was that redneck guy that was like, Trump President. Trump President. And it's like not Trump for President or Trump is President, just Trump President.
Oh, I didn't see that, thank God.
And now I say it all the time. So, Bernie President.
Oh.
It's like a little mix.
Bernadette.
So, we found out that Bernie Sanders does not have a middle name.
No, he doesn't.
No middle name at all.
Not Talls.
It's not at all. So, the Mammoth Cave National Park is, let's check this out. It's an American national park in central Kentucky, encompassing portions of Mammoth Cave, the longest cave system known in the world. It's interesting.
Okay.
Since 1972, unification of Mammoth Cave with the even longer system under Flint Ridge to the north. The official name of the system has been the Mammoth Flint Ridge Cave System, so they combined two things.
Okay, because it's just that big.
The park was established as a national park on July 1st, 1941, a World Heritage Site on October 27th, 1981, and an International Biosphere Reserve on September 26, 1990.
International Biosphere Reserve.
What's that? International Scientific Program launched in 1971 that aims to establish a scientific basis for the improvement of relationships between people and their environments. Crazy.
I got wrapped up a little, my bad.
So, 52,000 acres, Edmonson County, blah, blah, blah. Give me some stats on this. How deep is this?
Yeah, that's geology. Here we go. Scroll down a bit.
Mammoth Cave developed in thick Mississippian-aged limestone strata, capped by a layer of sandstone, which has made the system remarkably stable. It is known to include more than 400 miles of passageway. Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, the fuck it is, dude.
New discoveries and connections add several miles to this figure each year. Mammoth Cave National Park was established to preserve the cave system. So that's cool that, we're looking at the Earth's crust is 21 miles
long.
and the Earth is 4,000 miles to the center.
Correct.
So 400 miles.
Now, this isn't deep. This is lengthwise.
Yeah, but that's still with that length.
That's a significant length.
Yeah, and I would assume that, like, that would imply that there's enough tunnel to reach this inner.
The bottomless pit in Mammoth Cave.
Say what now?
See this old timey picture? This like dude throwing a stone down it. He's like, "Look, Bethany, toss."
What? The bottomless pit? Give me some info on that.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Massive sinkhole has developed.
Okay.
So at one valley bottom in the southern region of the park, sinkhole is developed known as Cedar Sink. The sinkhole features a small river entering one side and disappearing back underground on the other side. I don't know if that is it.
I don't know either. You should look up the bottomless pit in the cave system.
Yeah, let's see. First, let's do a classic edit find.
Oh, edit find
page.
time. Classic move.
Bottomless. That's the first time it shows up. Ooh, Stephen Bishop was introduced to Mammoth Cave in 1838 by Franklin Gorin. I placed a guide in the cave, so the rays said blah, 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 blah. He was the first person who ever crossed the bottomless pit. And he, myself, and another person whose name I have forgotten are the only other persons ever at the bottom of Gorin's Dome, to my knowledge. After Stephen crossed the bottomless pit, we discovered all that part of the cave now known beyond that point. So these are the only times that it's mentioned in here. So we're going to have to...
We'll have to web search that then.
Yeah.
Directly. Directical. On this cave receptacle.
Okay. Mammoth Falls, Mono County. Oh,
Geology of... See, that looks like a picture of it right there.
Here, we'll pull both of these up.
Yeah. Hole in the wall.
So, I don't know if one of these are it or if they're just using it for the picture. But here's the actual... The bottomless pit refers to the National Rock Bridge formation on what is known to skiers as Mammoth Mountain's backside. Oh no, this is Mammoth Mountain.
Yeah, no. Yeah, not what we were looking for.
Well, like a ski slope.
This guy probably shouldn't be taking this video. To be honest.
Yeah, they want people to come see it.
Right? I mean, it's a poor-ass quality video, too.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to learn anything. So I'm assuming that's it?
I don't know. I can't assume.
There we go.
I can't assume because I can't see anything.
Yeah. We got the glare, but that'll show up better.
Word.
Let's see what this other one is.
Look at my family going to Mammoth National Park. Sorry. Not sorry. The longest cave in America.
Mammoth Cave is located in western Kentucky. It has been a popular tourist destination for over 200 years and has been designated an American National Park.
Okay.
This is the mouth of the cave, called the historic entrance.
Show me the pit.
It is the classic entrance to Mammoth Cave.
Whoa.
Okay.
Holy dick sauce. Look at this shit here.
Historic entrance. The tower. Mammoth Dome. So if anything is going to be a fucking portal... Look, here it is, the bottomless pit, dude.
Where I'm coming. Now see, it says bottomless pit. It says bottomless pit, but it's not there.
I know, but here it is on the map, I mean.
Okay.
So if anything is going to be a fucking... An entrance to Hollow Earth, this is going to be
Misery?
it. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Actually, one of several natural
Hold on.
entrances.
No, go back to that. I was not
Classic
done.
Entrance to
I
Mammoth
am
Cave.
not done with this. Holy shit.
Giant's coffin, display of Indian artifacts.
Yeah, so hold that historic entrance. So this is where we come in, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have the rotunda, which is 140 feet below the surface. This is where like everybody goes. Is probably Broadway, Gothic Avenue. This is where everybody
the
goes.
artifacts, Giant's coffin, tuberculosis hospital.
Really? Must have been a hospital back in the day.
And then this is probably a little...
The wooden bowl room. So that's where they found a wooden bowl.
Mm-hmm. Side saddle pit.
So yeah, some weird pit. There's
the bottomless
pit. Great relief hall, restrooms and whatnot. Holy shit, that's a great relief hall. Bah, I get it.
Fat man's misery.
Is it Methodist church? No way.
Methodist church. There's a church in there, yeah.
Sparks Avenue, River Hall.
Mammoth Dome.
The Tower.
Yeah. What's that all about?
Actually, one of several natural entrances. The historic entrance leads to over
Okay, well, let's
400
get in
miles of cave passages. If you combine the second and third longest caves in the world, Mammoth Cave would still be longer by over 100 miles.
Wow.
The known preserved length of Mammoth Cave system increases each year with new exploration.
Damn.
The Mammoth Cave system...
That's crazy. You could just go in there and explore and fucking find new shit. Uncharted territory.
That's a trip.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got it. Let me in the cave, please.
The rocks at the historic entrance and throughout the Mammoth Cave system are limestones of Mississippian. Ceiling breakdown causes progressive lifting of the ceiling, resulting in an arch-like shape, which is stable. The bedrock floor of the rotunda is over 80 feet below the current floor. The rotunda is about 2/3 filled by sediments.
Here we go. We went back to a map. Go back to that map you saw.
The rotunda is at the intersection of three major cave passages.
Anytime they bring up
It's
a
a
map.
giant canyon passage called Audubon Avenue. Canyon passages are taller than
So
they
they're
are
going to the
wide.
tower?
Giant canyons in the rotunda is another level B giant canyon passage called Broadway Avenue. It formed at the same time as Audubon Avenue and the
Give me
rotunda.
that bit.
It is significantly
What is that?
colored from decades of tourist lantern and candle smoke. The bridal altar is a lower level B canyon passage developed in the upper St. Genevieve limestone formation. Heading southeast from the Gothic Broadway
Main cave, give
intersection
me the
is a
goods.
couple miles of a giant
Oh, here's a
canyon
different... This is a bigger map.
Whoa, hey.
Oh, yeah, that gets a lot bigger.
Cascade Hall. The Echo River. Lake Lethal.
Violet City entrance. Man, look at that tower.
There's the side saddle pit. Bottomless Pit is over there somewhere. Oh,
The
did you,
limestone breakdown, composed of upper St. Genevieve limestone. Behind Giant's Coffin is a passage that leads down to the lower levels of Mammoth Cave.
Black Snake
Solution
Avenue.
pockets along limestone
that
bedding
like
plains
Black
are
Snake
somewhat
Mound
common in many
with
parts
Christina
along
Ricci?
Black Snake Avenue.
Ooh, here we go.
The walls are also lined
Bottomless Pit, baby.
by limestone dissolution. Bottomless Pit is another vertical shaft along Black Snake Avenue. The walls are also lined with flutes. This dome pit bottoms out in the St. Louis limestone, the lowest stratigraphic unit in the Mammoth Cave system. Like Side Saddle Pit, Bottomless Pit is an active feature that has intersected an old abandoned passage.
Well, that's bullshit.
yeah,
What's with the bottomless pit with a bottom on it?
it was called Bottomless Pit when they found it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, well. So that's like the historic name? They were like, this pit's got no bottom. It's so crazy. I'm going to go home and beat my wife.
Yep, just like that.
Because it's olden times.
In Kentucky.
Well, still, there is a lot of fucking shit down there that could lead us.
Whoa, was that a full cave, the full cave system that we know of right here? Map of Mammoth Cave.
Okay, so here's the mouth. Here's the rotunda. Gothic Avenue.
Holy hell, dude, this is huge.
Damn. That's crazy.
And this is from 1897. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So do you think at any point this goes deeper than 8 miles?
I mean, it's got it.
You'd think.
But maybe not. It seems like it's all along the surface. But I think it does, but I think that we haven't found it yet. I think that it's in one of the uncharted arms of the cave. They're going to go off into some place and then just find a hole that goes down. A real bottomless pit.
Right.
The kind where, like if you think about if there was no core in the earth, or if there was like a straw stuck through the earth, giant straw, and you jumped down into this hole and you were protected on the sides and didn't burn up, and gravity would just pull you down and down, and then eventually get weaker until in the middle there's no gravity, but the force of you falling would push you up against the other gravity, and then you come out on the other end and you like whoop, hop right off. And
I don't think that's what would happen. You would almost make it out the other side, and then you would end up falling back down.
Yeah, because you would lose momentum.
And then it would be a perpetual...
But in cartoon theory, you jump down.
And then you'd be stuck in the myrtle.
Yeah. You jump down with enough force, and you do a Superman thing, where you give yourself extra trajectory.
Yeah.
And aerodynamic. Come out of the bottom, and then you would be in this land, in this inner world. Which this one, I don't even see anything about Hollow Earth on here. This might just be this might be like a Middle Earth.
It looks like it.
Fantasy type thing. So, hold on. We're going to redo this. So, imagine that you do what I said, and you jump in, and you pop out, and you're in this land.
It would certainly be a trip.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
there's...
So do we have any, like, modern day documentation?
Of
Hollow Earth? What's the most modern day documentation or knowledge we have of this theory?
Here, I'll give it to you. You ready?
I'm ready, dude.
Oh, it's got
June 13th, 2014.
June 13th, 2014.
There it is.
Researching the Earth's mantle announced that they have found what they believe to be a vast body of water, 3 times the volume of all of our oceans combined.
I can't even hear it with all this bass.
Right?
It's like,
With our goodbye.
let's see.
Within a mineral layer 400 miles inside the Earth. The discovery shakes the foundation of what scientists and scholars thought they knew about the clouds under our feet.
Okay.
Still can't hear shit.
I got it.
There we go.
I'll go ahead and mute that. Okay, so they got 8 miles down and had to stop because it got too hot.
I mean, 8 miles is still pretty far, but... Alright, so...
So they're saying we haven't gotten far enough.
Yeah, splitting it up. There's ancient theories. Yeah, we've been there. Show us the new.
One of the most consistent themes of future culture.
God.
The idea that there is another world.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We've been talking about it all day.
Yeah, we got the people.
Vehicles are moving through the earth.
Vehicle, like cars and trains, he says.
Within the confines of our own planet. Underground realms were not
Yeah, clouds and a sun inside. See, look at the size of that gaping butthole.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
That's fucking... See, there's Wiggs.
Oh, that's him,
There's
yeah.
Wigman.
He looks like him still, Wigman.
He does.
Dude, it's Wigman.
Fascinating theory of not just a hollow Earth, but an Earth with multiple layers.
Yes, we discussed Wigmans. Ooh, look at this guy.
Okay, so this is a new theory that we hadn't heard about.
18th century mathematician Leonhard Euler put forth his own hollow Earth theory.
So for people that obviously will never be able to hear that,
Right.
75 years later, this mathematician put forth his own theory with no concrete shells and a sun at the center. Concentric. So this is the original flat Earth, or inner fucking hollow Earth map. I keep saying flat Earth. Right next to Swang, dog.
Swang.
Or is that the sun's name?
Swang. No, yeah, that's what.
Okay. I'm just going to turn that off.
Yeah.
So.
Not only hollow, but the poles are actually thinned.
And their entrances into the inner core at the north and south poles. He imagined that there were advanced civilizations living inside the planet.
Like Santa.
So nearly 2 centuries later, in 1947, this is the whole Admiral Byrd thing.
Look at Admiral Byrd.
So he flew over the North Pole.
He found a hole and went on in.
Byrd allegedly reported. 324. Let's do this. Okay. He reported about a mysterious land beyond the North Pole, which he called the center of the great unknown. Let's pull up the transcript and read this.
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd was able to fly to the North Pole and back and recorded flying over lush green areas where none should have been.
Oh, this is the North Pole.
Yeah. And then 3 years later, he flew over the South Pole. It's rumored when Admiral Byrd's task force actually got to Antarctica that one of the first things they discovered was an entrance into Hollow Earth, civilization that was populated by very advanced beings. He made a lot of unusual statements, including talking about what he called a new kind of craft that could fly from pole to pole. And when Byrd got back to the United States, he was brought back to Washington where he was questioned very heavily about his statements, and allegedly he was told to stop talking about this.
So, I mean, that's nothing new, though. We could look straight up on what happened in, like, Roswell, too, and the government's like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, if the government doesn't know about it, they just don't want you to talk about it, period.
See, but I remember one of the weird things that stuck with me.
The fuck?
I saw the interview with, you heard about the UFO that the Tic Tac UFO thing that they recently caught, that the Air Force caught on camera?
No, not at all.
And then, like a month ago, in the midst of the coronavirus, when the Pentagon was like, oh yeah, UFOs are real.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they put out the video.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, this is a little premonition of this. So they put out this video of them tracking this object.
Okay.
And what it did was it went from 10,000 feet above the ocean to 80 feet above the ocean in seconds. It traveled, and it went from up over here where they were flying miles away over to the ship within seconds.
Crazy.
And it was like instantaneous. They tracked it. They got it on camera, and all these different, they're like switching thermals, you know? They didn't know what it was. It moved. It bent physics. It wasn't like they couldn't explain it.
Crazy.
So this video leaked. Somebody like got the video and released it, and then a year later the Pentagon was like, yeah, this is a real thing. Like, this is official. This isn't like a fake video that someone said leaked from the Pentagon. Like, this is actually footage that we captured. We don't know what it is.
That's pretty fucking crazy, dude.
And it was all in the midst of everything, so nobody really worried about it. So the pilot, the guy that's recording this,
yeah,
I watched the interview with him before the Pentagon released this news. This was like 6 months ago. He was on Joe Rogan. And it was one of the only interviews he ever did because his granddaughter told him to do it. Because he wanted to do an interview and reach the most people as painless as possible.
Yeah.
And not have to do the whole media run on the Today Show and all that shit.
Yeah.
And she was like, everybody listens to Joe Rogan, so you should do that. So he did that, and he was like, after this happened, I reported it to my superiors, and I wrote it in my log, and I went back to the ship, and it all had happened. Like, it was all something we were talking about. And then that was it. Nobody, like, came. No guys in black suits came and, like, debriefed me or told me to stay quiet about anything. Like, they were like, okay, we'll pass it up. We'll pass it up to the next guy. And he was like, I never heard anything about it again.
Trip on that.
So that whole myth about what they did with Admiral Byrd, like, you need to stop talking about it. That's always what you hear. And he was like, I was almost expecting that because this was something so crazy.
Right.
And they were just like, okay, cool. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah.
Trip on that. Anyways.
Well. So yeah, Admiral Byrd and his first flight over the North Pole. And they got all kinds of footage. There's this YouTube channel called Periscope Films.
Okay.
Which isn't what we're watching, but look, it's the next recommended video.
Okay.
Periscope Film. And this is all old, mostly military, like, footage and movies that they made.
Okay.
You know, this is all, like, edited together, and it has a whole, This one doesn't have any audio, but they usually have a whole, like, America is at the brink of discovering new things. We could probably just do a new voiceover. You want to do it? Here's Admiral Byrd. He's coming in. Do a voiceover.
Here's Admiral Byrd. Admiral Byrd is pulling in on his new ski plane down here in Antarctica. We have now realized as the American people there is an opening in the southern hemisphere of the earth that leads into a new, exciting terrain and plane of existence within our earth itself. Here we are discussing and discovering what he saw on his adventure. We have high-fivings and handshakes going on. There are a few occasional hugs as well. Everybody is waving their hats in enjoyment and excitement over the hole that was found in the earth.
That was really good.
That was actually really good.
So yeah, with Admiral Byrd and with these wigmen and the other guy talking about, like, hey, what if?
Yeah.
You know? It's like, what if, dude?
Well, I think they got to be what if and real hard. I mean, because how in the last, like, how many ever years did it all freeze over? Is that the issue why we can't see it today?
Yeah, I guess. And there's, like, you know how it says that there's a small entrance here? This is...
I mean, it would be it'd have to be real small because, I mean, Antarctica ain't too big.
This small entrance is probably frozen over. And this large entrance is probably now a small entrance.
We've been all over that top entrance area, though.
Yeah, we would have seen it by now is the thing. There's not enough evidence for it existing. But we don't know what's in there.
I mean, can we... There's no way to figure out when the last time it was talked about, like, logistically, is there? That would be my question, I guess, is there... What's the most recent... What's the most recent occurrence of this? Of somebody being like, hey, it's 2020, and I fucking believe this is real.
I think this is just going to be about, Nudi's homie, Wigman. The Hollow Earth Theory Geophysical Institute.
85. 82. The whole truth. You sons of bitches.
The whole truth, because there's a butthole.
Big old fat Earth butt.
The Earth's got a butthole.
Yeah, look at Flat Earth Theory 2019.
Where?
Scroll down. Down. There.
Oh. Flat Earth, Hollow Earth Expedition 2019. North Pole Inner Earth Expeditions. Oh, okay. This is an Indiegogo campaign?
Okay.
Okay, so they're trying to get... Should we play this video?
Yeah.
It is written, many are called, but few are chosen. I like to think of it a little differently. Many are called, but few
Holy fuck, dude. Please.
choose. I've been chosen to lead the North Pole Inner Earth Expedition. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I choose.
Wait, what's your name? Rick Zagner? No titles on here?
Many are called, but few choose. I've been chosen to lead the
I'm baffled by this man.
North Pole Inner Earth Expedition.
There we go. I just had it plugged in the wrong hole.
It is written, many are called, but few are chosen. I like to think of it a little differently. Many are called, but few choose.
Okay.
I've been chosen to lead the North Pole Inner Earth Expedition. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I choose
Zagnew?
to start
Brooke Zagner.
Mount Shasta, at 9,000 feet, shrouded
Mount
in
Shasta?
mists of mystery,
Up in Oregon?
to begin what may be the greatest geological expedition in the history of the world. To discover if the Earth is hollow or
And
not.
if it has a butthole.
Join us.
It's fucking intense.
Nippy. It's called Nippy, the North Pole Inner Earth Expedition. Nippy.
It's a bit nippy.
It's a bit nippy, so make sure you bring a coat because it's going to get nippy.
That's so bad.
I love that. Compiled by Brooks A. Agnew. Brooks Agnew.
Brooks
You may
Agnew.
ask, who am I that I should lead this most intrepid group
Yeah.
of people on this expedition? Well, I have been privileged with the highest callings there are.
What?
That of teacher, scientist, engineer, talk show host of X Squared Radio, but most of all, I am an Earth explorer.
Okay, dude. While this goes,
Most
I'm
of
going
us
to pull
are
up
familiar
X
with
Squared
our
Radio.
world as we view the weather satellites on the evening news. These satellites go around the planet from east to west or from west to east. There are a few satellites called polar satellites that go around the Earth, North and South Pole. However, data is not available to the public for a view of the North Pole or the South Pole.
I mean,
only the center section.
There are only a few polar satellites. In February of 2006, the federal government issued a data denial implementation plan, which secures the continued flow of real otherwise require data denial.
There are no
Data denial
publicly
means real-time data
available
from
images
US
of the North Pole. So he's saying that there's only a few polar satellites, and
As
they haven't released any
environmental-
pictures of the North Pole.
from the
Why?
sun's
Because there's a
X-rays,
butthole.
high in a rated, unlike traditional origins.
Okay, blah, 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 blah. He's got all these fucking graphs and shit. And
the shadows.
and what
are-
your
money.
Yeah, where's the money shot?
Okay, so he's looking for $700,000, and he's got $2,013. Make that $2,015 because I'm about to donate $2 to this.
Fucking 34 backers. About to be 35.
Free pay for view. Contributors of this amount will receive free access to the online streaming video of the entire voyage live for the 15-day voyage. So he's like, I'll stream it live and you could watch it. Wait, who the hell fucking donated then? If there's 0 things claimed, but he has $2,000 in donations.
Free passage on the voyage.
What? $10,000? You can come? $1,000 you get a nippy parka? Oh, man. Okay, well, this is no longer what I'm worried about. I'm worried about this because this is from just a few weeks ago.
Oh, no. Here it is.
It has 600 views. And this is him. This is Nippy Parka.
I don't know. I can't hear anything duplexing from the studio. But welcome to X Squared Radio. We're coming to you live from an undisclosed location east of the Appalachian Mountains. This is the America Free Radio studio with the Revolution Radio Network on freedomslips.com.
What? This guy's such an old school radio guy that's like doing a Twitch podcast.
Holy shit. Look at him just sitting there.
And now he's just waiting for people to join. This has 600 views on it.
Welcome to X Squared Radio.
Listener line.
Coming to you live from an undisclosed
He has a listener line.
East of the Appalachian Mountains. Through the America Free Radio studios on the Revolution Radio Network on freedomslips.com. This is the largest listener-supported radio network. I encourage you to go to revolutionradio.com or freedomslips.com. Information leaked out about how it was going to work, and some people took some preemptive action, which saved a lot of people.
Tell me about the revolution.
Now we're talking about the end game. So once you understand the globalist mindset, the global syndicate, almost everything
this guy wants $700,000.
Rather robotic and rather predictable. Almost every listen to the program tonight, so you know what to do and you know where to stand, and you won't go do something stupid.
So this is
Brooks Agnew.
Brooks Agnew is the most recent talk of Hollow Earth.
Fuck. Not as of tomorrow, my guy.
Oh. Yeah. We're taking over Brooks Agnew.
Fuck you, Agnew.
Hell yeah. So we're going to be asking for $700,000 to go on an expedition. We can get that $700,000, spend fucking $5,000 going there.
Should we start up like one of these things?
Just charter a plane, fly over it, and go nope, and then just keep the rest of the money.
Would you people pay us to do this? Because we will.
Yeah, would you? Let us know. And we'll take you on a live stream for the whole,
for real.
For the whole expedition.
I'll put like a camera on my chest right here, and you could just ride like
the whole 15-hour flight.
I'll separate the beard so it won't be bothered by the lens.
That's kind of you. It's very kind. So yeah, if we set that up, donate.
Yeah.
I mean, if we literally have one person say, yeah, you should do that, we'll do it.
No, for real.
So let us know. Should we do it?
Yeah, should we?
Let us know.
Yeah, I'd like to charter a plane and fly it over there and see if we could. I could just rent a plane. I'll fly it, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
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 I mean, planes is fucking, especially if you get a newer plane, it's got to be easy to fly.
Yeah, you kind of like,
Yeah, I've seen
do a little of this.
You pull the throttle,
do a little of that stuff.
You flick the gauge and you tap it.
Yeah.
You flick it and you go, oh no.
Okay,
we're good.
No,
we're
that's
good.
all
We're
right.
good.
I think it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
All right.
So, conclusion? We need money to see if it's real.
Yeah, we got to find out. We need money. Donate.
Natural Habitat Recordings.